the body, the skin of this man, and he comes out of his illness. He says, what kind of wealth do you like? He says, I like cows. I said, no problem, here's a cow. Use it as your wealth. He keeps going right along to the blind man. He says to him, how come you're living by yourself away from society? He says, well, I had two beautiful eyes, bluish, and people envied me. حسد. ومن شر حاسد إذا. They envied me. Look how beautiful his eyes. Next thing you know, I'm blind. And because I'm blind, nobody wants to take care of me, nobody wants to be with me, and because nobody wants to be with me, I lost all my wealth, I can't generate wealth. He goes and he rubs his eyes and his vision comes back to him. He says, so what kind of wealth do you like? He says, I like the goat. He says, no problem, here's a goat, utilize it. After all this took place, the angel then goes to the first guy. Now he comes as a bald individual with raggedy clothes on, and he walks to what used to be bald. He walks up to him and he says to him, I'm bald, people don't want to be with me, I'm poor, I need something to eat. The bald man looks at him and says, be on your way. He says, but you have a lot of wealth. He says, this wealth is from the inheritance of my father and my grandfather. Move along. Right. Moves along. He moves along. As he moves along, he changes his body into the one who has a skin disease. Walks to the person who used to have a skin disease, and he says to him, if you can help me, I've been shunned by society. If you can help me, I would greatly appreciate it. I have no wealth. He says, no, please move along. He says, but you have a lot of wealth. He said, this wealth is from my father, inheritance from my father, and from my grandfather. Move along, no problem. He comes across the blind person. And he says, he comes as a blind individual now. And he says, you know, because I'm blind, people shut me away, I need some food. The blind who used to be blind, said, no problem. Here's some food, and anytime you need anything, come to me. He tells them, you are the only person that passed the test out of the three. What we call shukran ala ni'matik. You're the only person that actually thanked Allah for what happened to you. Our scholars use this story as a prerequisite to the story of Quraysh. Awalan, why was this Quraysh called Quraysh? In English, for those who don't know, Quraysh is the great tribe in Mecca who became min al-Arab al-Musta'riba. Al-Musta'riba became Arabic. Ismail alayhi salam was born in Palestine. He comes and Ibrahim places him in Mecca. He became Arabic, Musta'rib. From Ishmael's lineage comes a man by the name of An-Nadr bin Kanana. In English, Nazr, N-A-Z-R. Anybody that came from the lineage of An-Nadr is called Quraysh. Anybody that came from the lineage is called Quraysh. So technically, in today's world, if I was to ask you, what lineage are you from? More than likely you would fit in from the descendants of An-Nadr ibn Kanana. You would be from Quraysh. Quraysh was termed or named Quraysh, some say for two reasons. The word Quraysh comes from the word Al-Qarish. Al-Qarish means a penny, Qarish. That's one, because Quraysh at one point of time used to have a lot of wealth. Other ulama بيقولوا لا. بيقولوا Quraysh comes from the word al-Qarish, which is samak al-Qarish, which is the samak al-Qarish is the shark. Why? Because the shark can never be eaten. And Quraysh was like this. They would defeat everybody, nobody would even defeat them. This is how they grabbed their name. Amongst the lineage of An-Nadr ibn Kanana comes another man by the name of Qusay. Qusay had 2 children. One child was called Abd Munaf. Another child was called Abd Shams. The Holy Prophet ﷺ, he says, Al-A'imma min Quraysh. The Imams are from Quraysh. Meaning the Imam have to come from the lineage of An-Nadr ibn Kanana. You want to use another word? No problem. Al-Khulafa min Quraysh. That's so in Sahih al-Bukhari. Al-A'imma or Al-Khulafa min Quraysh. Qusay had how many children? No cheating. One was called Abd Munaf. I want you to picture Qusay over here, Abd Munaf over here, Abd Shams over here. Who's here? Qusay. Abd Munaf, Abd Shams. From Abd Munaf came the lineage of Ahlul Bayt. From Abd Shams came the lineage of Banu Umayyah. The only problem is Abd Shams did not have an issue, did not have lineage. But there was a boy, a Roman slave by the name of Banu Umayyah, by the name of Umayyah. What happened is Abd Shams adopted the Roman boy by the name of Umayyah. And technically, if you go back to the Arabic times, Umayyah was not an Arabic word, it was not an Arabic name. Umayyah, the son of Abd Shams, now became the son of Abd Shams, and we lost our lineage, people lose it over time. He started the lineage of Bani Umayyah. So anybody from the Banu Umayyah, are they eligible to be Khulafa or A'imma? Why? Because the Prophet says, Al-A'imma min Quraysh. Banu Umayyah are not considered to be the tribe or from the tribe of Quraysh. Qusay, Abd Munaf, Abd Shams. Now we are at Abd Munaf. Abd Munaf had a son. His name was An-Nadr. Again. An-Nadr had a son called Asad. What's the Nadr's son? Asad. Asad was a young boy. He was playing with his fellow friend. He went over there playing with his friend. The friend, 8-year-old boy, says to Asad, he says to him, I can't play with you tomorrow. Today's the last day we play. What happened? He says, غَدًا سَنَحْتَفِد. سَنَحْتَفِد in the Arabic term, meaning we're going to die tomorrow. It was a way to die. How? Al-Arab back then, they had a lot of traits. Some of the traits were good, excellent. Some were terrible. One of the traits is that if you have no more dollars, if you have no more money or food to eat, you will pick your family and you will go away from the village or away from the tribe. You will set camp over there and wait and take turns to die. Why? They didn't believe in the issue of asking. They said, we will never come to the point to ask from people anything. We would rather die before we do that. It was very well known, especially before the time of An-Nadr ibn Abd Munaf. A lot of traits, that's an excellent trait. The only problem is, the Arabs at this time took the positive traits from the Arabs of that time, made them into negative, took their negative, made them into positive. He says, we will never ask anybody. Lesh, who do you want to ask? We ask Allah. Allah gives us, we take. Allah doesn't give us, we don't take. In our times, we don't ask anybody. We won't leave a stone unturned, a credit card unturned. So he says, غَدًا سَنَحْتَفِد. Me and my family are gonna die. This boy was shocked. Sure, you're gonna die. All he's thinking is, my playing partner is no longer gonna be there. He goes home, crying to his mother. He says, Ya Ummah, he says, my mother, I lost my friend, I lost my partner. What's wrong? He says, the kid says to me that he's dying tomorrow, him and his family. The mother understood it right away.